Can I just stare off into space?
No, you don't look like an idiot.
Look, yeah. Do you remember how y'all met?
We were fish camp counselors together at Texas A&M, and is that our sophomore? Yeah.
It was middle of our freshman year.
Yeah, and then we started dating right at the beginning of our sophomore year.
Okay. So how long did y'all date before y'all got married?
We dated for 3 years.
4. Well,
We dated for 3 years and got engaged. A little over 3 years that we got engaged.
So how do you think the time that y'all dated and were engaged like helped set up like your marriage, and like how did it make it how it is now?
it gave us lots of time to kind of get used to each other and kind of really figure out if we were able to put up with each other's little idiosyncrasies and each other's crap, and to really figure out if it was something that we could handle long term for the rest of our lives.
So did you have many relationships in high school?
I mean, I had a couple, but I had a long-term relationship in high school that was like 3 years, so that took up kind of the bulk of my high school. And then dated a couple of guys in college, but nothing, not too terribly many.
Yeah.
I didn't at all. I don't want to say a terrible human being, but I was terribly immature in high school, doing dumb things, and so no, I didn't. I dated a couple girls for short terms, but I was not prepared for any type of relationship.
Do you remember your first date?
I do. Do you?
Yes.
She didn't realize it was a date, actually.
See, that kind of got tricked into all this.
We were going out with some of our first fish camp counselors dancing, and I picked her up and we went out to dinner, and I think she figured out quickly that it might be a date situation, and yeah, you got to use all your advantages.
So how do you think high school relationships are different from ones in college?
I've been watching these interviews, and everybody's saying that college is so much different. You have more responsibilities, and to be honest, all of you are wrong. You don't have any different responsibilities. What you have is your parents not writing you, and you have time to make your own schedule. And the only thing different between college relationships and high school is you are more mature at that point. As much as y'all like to think you're mature, a lot of you are not. And I am more mature now than I was 5 years ago. And I tell the kids in class, I didn't get even mildly mature till I was about 25. And so you're going to continue to grow. Your relationships will continue to grow.
Do you remember like what you first thought about each other when you first met each other? Like your first impression.
Oh, he had this ugly like Hawaiian shirt that had like iridescent waves on it. It was all kinds of terrible. But I guess like we were at fish camp, and I don't know if you were DJing at fish camp or what you were doing, but anyway, it's kind of like we were all having fun. I was like, oh, looks like it's fun. So I guess it was the ugly shirt. So I guess he's kind of continued that trend too. So.
I remember she had 2 jet skis.
Oh yeah.
In college, and we went, it was before we started dating. We went out to the lake riding the jet skis, and I was being a stupid college kid and doing some tricks that I really didn't know what I was doing, and I did a tight turn and flew off the jet ski because the handle was still in my hand. The handle came off the jet ski, and I don't know, no long-term effects from that, but that's probably the first memory of her.
It was all my fault.
It was.
So what does it mean to be in your relationship?
I mean, I think we're best friends just because
Lack of options.
for some people. Well, and we've been together almost 17 years, so it's well over half of our life. And we have a lot in common. We've gotten to the point where we kind of like we think alike. So
Scary for you.
yeah, it's kind of scary. So, I mean, I think that we just know that we're there for each other. We can count on each other, and like I said, we just have to make sure we're going in the same direction. And I would say communicate, but I don't really feel like we communicate that much.
I don't really think we have to communicate, honestly. We just know what the other one's up to and doing and
Yeah.
what they're trying to get done.
And we support each other with whatever it is that's going on. So.